With its expressive face, color of feathers, and black and gray tones, there's no denying that the harpy eagle is a striking creature. But if its distinct appearance isn't impressive enough, its height and wingspans certainly are. These powerful birds of prey can reach up to 40 inches and weigh up to 20 pounds, about the size of a medium dog. Females are quite a bit heavier than males, but otherwise, there is little physical difference between the sexes. Harpy eagles live all across Central and South America, although their numbers are low, making them rare across the range. They are currently found in southern Mexico, all the way through Central and South America, with their southerly range ending in northern Argentina. Harpy eagles generally prefer the rainforests of Central and South America. They live in the jungle and stick to the trees. Their preferred habitat is large expanses of forest, and they rarely fly above the canopy or venture into larger, open areas. As such, they are specifically adapted for their habitats and specific flying needs under the canopy. The eagles are most common in Brazil, where they can be found in almost every region at some time or another. Currently, they are under continued threat as logging threatens their habitat, most notably in Central America. As rainforests decline, they are almost extinct in Central America and only have small regions in Panama. Aside from habitat removal from logging and raising cattle, they were killed off in large numbers. They are fearless birds that farmers found threatening to their livestock. Harpy eagles are solitary creatures that prefer to hunt alone or with a breeding partner. Sometimes a growling juvenile will assist as well. They can attack prey from either above or below, preferring to strike quickly before the victim is aware of their presence. Harpy eagles communicate with each other through a limited range of different vocalizations and vocal displays, including whistles, clicks, and croaks. They tend to be more vocal around the nest and almost completely silent during hunts. Harpy eagles don't hunt every day, as they can feed on the same kill for several days in a row. Now, if you think that a dead animal must get fairly stinky after 3 days in the heat of a neotropical forest, you're right. Harpy eagles don't have containers or cool places to store their food as we do, but their bodies have a higher tolerance for eating meat that is several days old and slightly rotten. Though it may sound gross, this helps harpy eagles survive and means that they have to hunt less. Unlike many raptors, they do not need to eat every day. In fact, they can go for a week or more without food. A raptor's feet determine what it eats. One look at a harpy eagle's foot leaves no doubt that these birds are built for hunting good-sized prey. Their powerful legs and feet and long, sharp talons are designed to catch prey that would be off limits for most other birds. 2-foot-long howler monkeys, not including their tails, 8-pound sloths, and even baby deer, are all on this eagle's menu. Harpy eagles have a varied diet. They can fly between trees and branches with amazing agility for their great size, and are skilled at catching arboreal animals, or animals that spend all or much of their lives in trees. This can include iguanas, parrots, porcupines, coati-mundis, and raccoons. They have even been seen preying on black vultures and foxes. Though they prefer to hunt high up in the trees, they will hunt ground-dwelling animals, including javelina, armadillos, and agoutis. Even though harpy eagles are adapted to hunting large prey animals, they still have to be very careful. After all, it isn't only the predators that are equipped with good defenses. Monkeys and sloths, for example, have sharp teeth and claws. With one swipe or bite, they could easily injure any predator. Peregrine fund biologists once found a harpy eagle with a large, deep cut on his left leg. They suspected that he had been hurt by a prey animal defending itself. Luckily, the biologists were able to treat the bird and release it. Younger birds, in particular, are susceptible to injury while they are learning how to become effective hunters. Perhaps the harpy eagle's least subtle killing tool is its talons. Up close, these weapons are enough to disquiet even the most composed person. The feet on a large female are easily as large as a human hand, tipped with 4 almost comically long, black claws that unfurl into a dangerous grappling hook, the largest talons among any eagle. Growing up to 5 inches long, a harpy eagle's claws are comparable to a grizzly bear's. These incredible contraptions have evolved for one purpose: ripping heavy animals out of trees and not letting them go. The talons are connected to immensely powerful squeezing muscles, which crunch down on hapless prey, like 8 meat hooks driven by hydraulics. This ridiculous strength allows harpy eagles to snatch animals as heavy as themselves out of trees, sometimes without even stopping to land. They simply dive, sometimes at speeds approaching 50 miles per hour, strike, and soar off with their prize, takeout style. This brute strength is facilitated by their wings, which need to be powerful enough to provide lift for their giant meals. Harpy eagle wings are actually proportionally very short and wide for the bird's size, and that broad wing surface helps provide the pushing power to stay aloft with their prey. These wings also come in handy when navigating through the thick forest, which doesn't leave a lot of room for flight. Shorter, broader wings give the harpy eagle unparalleled maneuverability in the tangle of branches and vines, allowing the raptor to dart and twist silently between canopies like a feathered jet fighter. Harpy eagles, like most birds of prey, have an exquisite sensory array. Their eyesight is especially sharp, and their hearing is primed for even the smallest sounds. But harpy eagles have an adaptation for tracking prey that isn't normally seen in day-active raptors. Small feathers on their face can be erected to form a facial disc that helps them funnel sound more efficiently into their ears. This disc is what gives owls, the superheroes of the bird world, the characteristic moon shape of their face. It would appear that harpy eagles have partially evolved this device all on their own. We can often use features of modern animals to help us understand the lifestyles of their extinct relatives, and the harpy eagle is a perfect example of this. Harpy eagles are large among living eagles, but they would have been downright puny set against the largest eagle of all time, the New Zealand's Haast's eagle, which could have weighed as much as 40 pounds and sported a 10-foot wingspan. There are some key differences between the Haast's and the harpy eagles, not the least being size, as the Haast's was about twice the size as the harpy. Haast's eagles had skulls more like those of vultures, being low and long, and their talons, while large overall, were actually smaller for their size than those of harpy eagles. Haast's eagles and harpy eagles aren't especially close relatives within the eagle family tree. Haast's closest living relatives are the teeny hawk eagles, while harpy eagles belong to a small subfamily of large eagles found in the world's tropics. But the Haast's eagle's wings were incredibly similar to the short, wide wings of the harpy eagle. Given how the harpy eagle uses its own wings today, it's possible that New Zealand's extinct giant also flew through thick forest habitats and needed to capture and lift extremely heavy prey. Today, thankfully, the harpy eagle is very much alive and is found over a vast jungle range in the neotropics. However, the species is generally rare, and it has started to disappear from the northern parts of its range in Mexico. Harpy eagles prefer the types of pristine, rainforest habitats that are continually imperiled by human logging and mining activity. The harpy eagle is certainly an imposing and well-adapted predator, but it would do us good to remember that even honed killing machines can't take on everything. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment with what you would like to see in the following videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.